side, it's Mrs. Clinton, pro-war, pro-bombing, pro-corruption, pro-everything the Christian American should despise and oppose. Her opponents thus far: Jim Webb, Virginia, against Iraq War, modest foreign policy. Her opponent, Link Chafee, against the Iraq War, modest foreign policy. I'm not sure about Martin O'Malley because I haven't heard him say anything about it. He's quite an uninteresting candidate, but I'm glad to see that one of my predictions for 2015 did come true that I made to Ari Ravensfault, and that is that O'Malley would ultimately challenge Mrs. Clinton. Did he say anything about Fulton Bolozzi when he announced the other last week? Do you know?
Not really, from what I saw. I mean, he's been. You're right. I mean, he focused more of the questions have just focused around his time as mayor of Baltimore and, governor of Maryland.
Right. Yeah, I didn't see anything about that. So the opposition then, and I would hope that Chafee and Webb in concert will beat up on Mrs. Clinton and her pathetic foreign policy experience, her lethal and deadly foreign policy vision that is not appropriate, and certainly it's not something that, you see, that's a great use of authority. A great example of a poor use of cardinal virtues in a position of authority. Hillary. Then we have this. Reuters reporting today. Iraqi security forces lost 2,300 Humvee armored vehicles when the Islamic State, that's ISIS, overran the northern city of Mosul in June 2014. Did you hear that? 2,300 Humvees. Hey, fair, Warhawk, Neocon, Decepticon listeners, where did the Iraqis get 2,300 Humvees, sirs, madams? Would you like me to answer the question? Oh, and here's an even better one. Decepticon, Warhawk, warmongers, etc. Who paid for it? Congratulations, America. ISIS is driving your Humvees. But don't worry, we're going to elect Lindsey Graham and he'll fix that. More details on that coming up. Listen. Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi said on Sunday in an interview with the Iraqi television, that's 2,300 Humvees that Hydra and Shield and Cobra and ISIS and ISIL and all the other ones in. The U.S. is effectively supplying Islamic State with tools of war the militant group cannot otherwise hope to acquire from its patrons. When Rand Paul says that the United States created ISIS, bammo, kablowie, Katie barred the door, case closed. Continuing, in addition to the Humvees, as if that's not enough, and as if you should not be upset enough. Of course, I'll be the only one that's upset about any of this. Well, that's okay. I'm happy to be the sole argent provocateur. In addition to the Humvees, Iraqi forces previously abandoned significant types and numbers of heavy weapons to ISIS. For example, losses to ISIS include at least 40 M1A1 main battle tanks. Gee, that's great. Former goat herders, sheep herders, now members of ISIS, or former professors at Oxford or Berkeley or whatever, now tooling around the desert countryside in M1A1 battle tanks, as well as small arms and ammunition, including 74,000 machine guns,